So it's about the middle of August, and for the better part of this year, you could say that I have spent some money getting back into the hobby that is Magic the Gathering. I've decided for the rest of this year, I am going to make it my goal to figure out, can this hobby pay for itself? By December 31st, it is my goal to dig myself out of this hole that I've created throughout the year buying cards and land back at zero. Can we break even by the end of this year? If you look at the rest of the videos that we've had on this channel, it's been a lot of us opening boxes of product, and I think it's cool from an information standpoint to see, okay, this is generally what these cards are worth. But in doing this for the better part of a year, the thing that has stood out in my mind, and something I see just across all the videos I watch pertaining to the hobby of Magic the Gathering, is we are eager to flash values of what things are worth, but I care more about what actualizes into profit from the business side of it. It's fine if you have a card that's worth $20, but does it actually sell for $20? What is the bottom line? And I'm making it my goal to really just dial in on this and figure it out. Alongside of this, there is the whole idea that the reason I started purchasing Magic the Gathering in the first place is because I enjoy the hobby. I want to play the game. So really, the biggest thing I'm trying to solve here is, can I still enjoy the game while selling cards that other people want more than I do, keep the game pieces that I want to play the game with, but in exchange for the more valuable cards, generate enough revenue to actually pay for the hobby. I don't want this simply to be a channel where I open a box of cards, tell you what they're supposedly worth, and move on. I want the full story. I want you to not only see what the estimated value is of the cards that we open, but also the follow through. Did they actually sell? What does the bottom line look like? What's happening behind the scenes beyond what we're just flashing on the screen whenever we open these packs? So that's it. There's the challenge. Can we break even by the end of this year through opening packs, selling the cards, buying collections, flipping those collections online? Can we also maybe find some pre-con decks that we can break apart and sell for profit? Again, the northern star with all of this is, I want to maintain the enjoyability of the hobby. The reason I started doing this is because I enjoy the game for what it is, but the nice goal on the side is selling the cards, making money that allows us to enjoy this hobby for free. But we also want to take account of all the shipping supplies and potentially the fees that TCGplayer, that's the one that I've used the most, what they're charging to really get down to the brass tacks. What are the actualized numbers after we account for all of the things, not just the supposed price that we flash on the screen of what a card might be worth. Now here's the painful part. This is where I need to come clean and let you know how much of a hole I've built this year. To some people, it might feel like not a lot. To me, it feels like a lot. But the good news is I still have quite a bit of inventory. So a big part of this challenge too is figuring out how to make the inventory we already have move to reach this goal. But I also still want to make sure I make room to buy into the new sets as they release, because again, hobby first. We want to enjoy the new product. We want to open new cards, play in the new sets, but we got to get that shovel out because we have some work to do. I think the most important thing with this, as we're looking through just the overall game plan here, is the understanding that the market value of a card is not the profit. Just because a card might be worth $50 does not mean when that card sells, $50 just magically appears in the account. Sometimes the prices fall, so when we open something, a card's value might be worth set amount, but by the time it sells, maybe it's substantially less. And of course, things can go the other way too, right? Maybe the value of the card raises over time. So again, just to drive this point home, the real number that we care about is what is the money that's actually actualized after the sale goes through. Cardboard is not cash until someone buys it. And again, for the sake of transparency, what I'm going to do, just so you know the full story as we dive into this, I'm going to dig up my entire listed inventory on TCGplayer, plug it into ChatGPT, and let you know what the calculated current value at the current prices I have listed of that inventory is. This is what we have in terms of total hypothetical value of the inventory. Again, we can't just take that number and put it in our pocket until it sells. And then this is also the overall volume of cards we have in the store. These numbers might look great on the screen, but just as a reminder, I cannot take an estimated value of the cards on TCGplayer and use that to pay for the next set. These cards actually have to sell, they have to be actualized as profit, and then I take that money to buy into the next set. And I know I already mentioned this, but it's worth mentioning again as we go throughout the rest of this year, as I need to purchase more postage or more penny sleeves or more top loaders or more envelopes or whatever it is to make sure that I continue to have the ability to sell these cards online, I'll keep that calculated in the running total as well. I've decided to create 3 rules for myself as we go through all of this. The first rule is accountability. I want to make it a priority for me to hold myself accountable during this challenge and check back in online at a bare minimum once every 2 weeks between now and the end of this year, just to give you the running total and the update along the way. That will consist of what I've purchased, what I've sold, big wins, maybe some unfortunate losses along the way, just to give you as much of the story as I can fit between what I'm doing here and this camera. Rule number 2, I know by having this deadline that I've created for myself, there will be pressure to reach that number, the closer to the end of the year that we get. But I want to just say it now, there will not be pressure for me to fire sell my entire inventory just to reach this goal. I'm trying to build something that is sustainable over the long term here of this hobby, not something just to reach a break-even point by the end of this year. So no fire sale on the inventory. My plan is to stay competitive with the pricing. I want to maintain a floor price that I'm comfortable with, that I feel is worth my time, worth my input. That floor price can be flexible as we go, but I just don't want to turn this into a race to the bottom to move the needle. And I saved the last rule of this for the end because it is probably the most important to me. I don't want to exchange the enjoyment of this hobby with a bunch of spreadsheets. So I want to prioritize still being able to enjoy this game that I've regrown to love, and a big part of that might mean buying into a set to enjoy the new set, regardless of what the expected value of cracking that set open might be. Does this potentially adjust how much I buy into a set or how little I buy into a set? Yes, of course, but rest assured that I will be, at least with all the standard sets, dabbling in those just to see what's going on in the world of Magic and enjoying the game. So we've spent quite a bit of time talking about the numbers, what the next few videos will look like, the updates, that I'll hold myself accountable to the delivery of. And you can rest assured that each time I film something that's a little bit longer in nature like this, there will be some element of that video that gives you these running updates. So you can also follow along with me, and if this is something that you're trying to decide is it worth it for you? Can this hobby pay for itself for you? I hope that we figure this out together because frankly, I'm tired of the facade that is flashy values of cards on a screen, but not actualized, like what is the reality of the value that's being transferred here. And if you find that interesting, definitely subscribe, follow along, and I would love to hear your story too if you want to drop it in the comments. Nicole and I, you may have seen this in the last video, we recently opened up a play booster box of The Hobbit. We have built a deck that represents each archetype that is in the set. We've been playing the different decks. It's been a blast, and I think in the next video, we'll probably give you our feedback on which archetypes we're enjoying the most. bring you along for that part of the adventure, because again, I still want to prioritize the enjoyment of this hobby and let you know what we're up to in that regard, and maybe it'll give you some cool ideas for decks. Or if you still haven't tapped into the hobby yet, it might give you that itch to crack some packs and dive in yourself. In closing, we are behind. We've got a lot of cardboard we need to move before the end of this year, and I hope you follow along. Being behind, there is a looming pressure to get this done, especially now that I've put a video out into the world and I'm holding myself accountable. But I think that's okay. That's kind of the point. We still plan to play game first. Can the work that we put into it on the side pay for that hobby, for the enjoyment of the game? Love for you to join and follow along and figure this out with us. It's gonna be exciting. The scoreboard has been set. We have 4 months. Let's figure this out. Peace.